Okay. First and foremost, I just want to start by saying thank you, God. I have to be thankful in the circumstances. I mean, it's hard to be thankful for anything, but for me, I have to be because I gotta look at it in a different fashion. I see how so many people involve themselves in this program that target individual we deal with. First of all, as a target individual, I know what it means. I don't get fooled by the distortion of reality that's created in front of me. I don't get fooled by the way that they try to deflect from reality. The gimmickiness, the optics they try to provide to confuse the target individual. I don't subscribe to it. I don't identify with it. I understand what it is. And it's almost childish to even think that somebody would really believe this. Target individual, please don't fall for what is presented to you. It's meant to make you think that this is anything but this massive government doing that to you. For me, it does help a little bit that some of the participants are very childish. So it kind of put things back in perspective. I mean, these childlike people, I mean, like it would take. They're not the type of people who make gaslighting work for me. Because when it comes to gaslighting, you need some kind of like respect. Not even respect, but they they have to be influenceable. When you see these childlike people in the first place, that you know, like you're not even in tune with reality, just as is. You're easily influenceable by others. You're not some strong individual knowing who even you are. You're a clown that will follow anything. So for me, it does help because the perps which are contracted by these governmental entities are people that I don't respect in the first place, and those who could have respected in place, they just have gone such in the deep end of just mentally illogicalness that I can't even subscribe to it. Matter of fact, now it makes me see things in different ways. My perception of how people can be compromisable and still have the audacity to think that I'm gonna identify with this. They've been so compromised for what they're part of is so disgusting. I mean, what they're part of, they deserve death, and they know that. In this program, you find out that everybody that's around you partake is designed that way. It's an ecosystem of people who are contracted to break you down into accepting whatever they want you to accept. It's it's like an ecosystem that they put you in. That ecosystem is supposed to get you to think in this falsified way, to be acceptive of what they do to you. They want to vilify you. They vilify you and present themselves as these protectors and the as these people who are just this thing that they're not, that they're presenting to be, but the opposite of it is what they are. It's so nasty. Some of them try to even have like try to be create a logicalness in this nonsensicalness and talk to me like I don't know what this is about. I mean, at this point, every day they listen to what I listen to, the testimonials of women, of children, of saying how they're being vilified in the neighborhood, they're being completely saturated from real world, like, and these people talking to me as if I don't know what this is about. As if I'm not the one who was saying in 2020, TID 2020, this is happening to men, women, and children all around the world. You see me in this video saying that with other target individual. What do you think? You delusional trash. They have these optics that gaslight you, and it's just disturbing. So as a target individual, you gotta understand, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to be cynical, you are a test subject. You are like a guinea pig. These governmental entities are utilizing you while utilizing others much more vulnerable than you, such as infants, to develop this weapon system. And the horror that you deal with is not unique to you. They do that to even children. It is disturbing. They do that to women. It's horrible. And they have these clowns that's supposed to confuse you and deflect the reality of what I just said. Clowns of all sorts. For me, what I do is I just always look at them as like, look at what you even look like and ask yourself, would somebody identify to this manipulation? People like this, childlike people. We talk about childish human beings like that, who's supposed to make me think this is not this governmental entity doing that to even babies. That they're just avenging and this and that. The truth is they're just involved in that program. They enjoy what this program does. The technology that we deal with, it is science fictional. We are getting manipulated in the most disturbing ways. For example, let's talk about physically. The damage that my body is experiencing. I can feel myself being crippled. They're doing things to my knees, to my bones, to my joints, to my elbows, to my shoulders. All I can feel it slowly just destroy my joints. Internal organs destroyed. I'm drinking coffee. I can feel my organs not reacting well. It must be something with my kidneys, or my liver, or my pancreas. My digestive system destroyed. My heart destroyed. Damaged. My prostate. They talk about I'm cyst. Every part of my body is being slowly just breaking down by this technology done remotely. It's a slow kill, and it's not unique to me. Psychologically, well, even my brain as an organ, the brain is being damaged. It's being hit. I mean, at one point, I swear I felt like concussions. I felt lightheaded, like they were just literally just like damaging the brain. But they also have the technology that can alter your mind. I know that's when things become even more science fictional, but the truth is, believe it or not, they've been working on technology that can alter your mind. They don't read your mind, they manipulate your mind. They don't read. It's past reading minds. It's past that. It is altering the mind. It's control of a human being. This is where this has been. And they've been working on that for a long time. There's a project called Project Pandora in the 60s. And this is official. So who knows unofficial when it started. But officially, paperwork documents have shown that the Deep Defense Advanced Research Project Agency was working on technology using monkeys at the time, at least that's what they say on papers, using electromagnetic frequencies to see how they can alter the mind of those monkeys in the 60s. To see how they can alter the brain. Obviously not to be in the future doing that to monkeys. They were using monkeys so they can do that to human beings in the 60s. And to weaponize this technology. They were trying to find ways to control the human mind. Then, can you only imagine how far they are now? And so you have these clowns around you that's supposed to think now what we're doing. And they use the side for me. That is so disgusting. Today, and I don't want to bring politics in it, but politics gives you an idea of what I'm trying to say. With me, it's been, they create all kinds of psyops. Target individuals sometimes think that it's their next door neighbors doing that, or is this crime organization, or is this like foreign government that's doing that, or is, they paint a optic that is supposed to confuse the target individual to think that this is anything but this massive government using you as a test subject and give them, like, make them believe it's because you did this and it's all BS. They're looking for human beings to continuously develop this weapon system. And they confuse the target individual to think otherwise. Who you see there, that's why it's not even any points or even harm them. They're nothings. They're involved in the program as participants. They can kill all of them. They can all have a heart attack. They can all die from whatever. It will not end this. You can leave the country, go to a third world country, it will follow you there. It's global and it's very sophisticated. And it's coming from these governmental entities. Specifically, the DoD has been the entity behind this and really, really investing in that. That's why you can have all kinds of people involved in that. We're talking about resources and level of technology that only this entity can provide. All kind of like governmental entities are jeopardized and compromised. Like this is the one entity that can have that level of control. This next door trash sometimes like, no, it's gonna be our court. And they say things like that. What I mean by our courts is because they tell me they're gonna frame me using children. And the cops are in it. It's our cops. As if this is obviously now the Department of Defense running this program. But that's why the courts is compromised. That's why the cops are compromised. That's why these retards next to me are compromised. They start creating a storyline where they try to like own this program as if they... And it's so delusional. But they stay in character and they don't give up on the character. Matter of fact, they call it war. And I think when these perps call it war because the war is to confuse me to the point of accepting this false reality. Matter of fact, they call it their reality. The clowns. And I provoke them by bringing the reality what they're part of. It is provoking. I was even once told, you keep provoking us because I'm provoking them by bringing up the reality what they're part of. Instead of this fantasy they put together to make themselves believe that there's some kind of protectors, avengers, and whatever they wanted to present themselves when they truly involved in something that even tortured the youngest of the youngest. To create this psyop in the psyche of themselves being good, instead of like be like, oh, I'm involved in something that torture even babies. What do I deserve for that? So they paint you as this thing that's not you, to make themselves believe that they're not involved in the program, in the things that they want you to be. So I have to be thankful that I could have been then. It doesn't take impressiveness. You don't have the most unimpressive individual partake in this. Anybody. The local homeless person, the executive that you work for the company, like the company you work for, the next door neighbor, this teenage retards. Easy way to like this. Like I said, the most facilitated, easy evil to participate in. This governmental entity has made this be such a normal thing that anybody can be compromised. I'm just thankful it wasn't me. I'm just thankful that I didn't live life where I'm involved in this horrible thing, which now I'm connected to. Regardless of how many times I participated in the torture of a person, regardless if it's a man, a woman, or a child, I'm now linked to this. When this woman is crying and begging for help, she's begging and crying for help because she's being tormented by the program I myself involved in. And so I see them truly for this shit. Some of them doing that to me have participated in the torture of women. Hands-on experience with harming women, even children. But they want to normalize what they're part of, like it's just normal. I will never let them live that fantasy. Now, psychologically, going back to my manipulation, like I said, I am being manipulated and rewired in the most disturbing ways. I've accepted that this is a way they're gonna do this to me. I will never be myself ever again. I've accepted the manipulation. It'll be continuously done to me. It will never end. But I will never let this slow life escape, make themselves believe in this fantasized reality when the truth is they're just happy to be involved in a program that make them feel like gods, in a program where they torture children, and the way they manipulate the brain is so disgusting. They are forcing me to have sexual stimulation toward children. It is disgusting, especially to a little girl. And then try to find ways to make me think that these people are not manipulating or altering my brain in this pedophilia ways they've done to so many others, but they're just investigating, analyzing my brain. These clowns have been humiliated and provoked by the reality that the entities that run this program, the Department of Defense, and I love to put that in their faces and smoosh that in their faces every day, are top tier child porn traffickers. When I say that, it's not conspiracy theory. There's a bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act that was introduced in 2019 because in 2018, Child Protective Services was ranking the networks of the United States with the most child porn being accessed and trafficked. And the DoD network was ranked top tier for trafficking the most child porn, meaning that they were using DoD computers to download child porn and access it and share it. These are the entity behind this program, not this retard that try to negate what I'm saying right now. And they use this technology called V2K to pipe in their voices. And you hear this childish like men and women who use this basic gaslighting. It's like, no, we know. And they act like they're just so bored for the, it's like, yeah, you're bored with the obvious. Because they do this pedophilia type of torture. But use these childish things with their tonality, like child, like, oh, I'm so bored, oh, we know. It's like, shut up, you're just trying to find ways to negate what I'm saying. And it's not working, you're a clown. And I don't fucking respect anybody like you. But it's okay, feel special. You are here working for government entities, you feel pedophiles, and you're here trying to force me to accept this manipulation that you're analyzing, you're mapping, when the truth is manipulating the brain. While the entities running this program out here down so much child porn, the whole bill was created for that because they're using DoD computers. Can you imagine? To download so much child porn. They're not even using their private computer. That's how pedophilia centric these entities are. Can you imagine having that against you and you're supposed to gaslight me? That what they're doing is they're investigating my brain and they saw this reaction and this and that. While these trash are working for governmental entities, they're using so much, downloading so much child porn. Downloading it with the computers given to them by the government. The Department of Defense on top of that. Oh, and it's so validated that a whole bill was created. And even Child Protective Services ranked these entities as top tier child porn traffickers using DoD computers and network. And you have this clown saying, nah, what we're doing is retards. Only what kind of person can respect themselves and still try to present this reality? But the reality is just humiliating. It's funny the things they say, oh, it's not fair. You say, yeah, it's not fair for you because your job is to make me believe that you are protecting kids. While you're actually working for governmental entities with this level of nasty issues. While you're in my brain, playing my brain this way. It's like, no, what we're doing with your brains. Like, yeah, shut up. You guys are so pedophilia-centric that even the computers given to them by the DoD is being used for child porn trafficking. This is so nasty. And I'm supposed to be like, no. And sometimes it's funny. It's like, no, we're projecting. Beyond projecting. You are this nastiness. And they do this manipulation, not only to me. They've done that to others. So it's validating that this is a tactic they've done systematically to others. And think they can gaslight somebody. It's like, no, we just knew. You knew you're going to do the things you've done to others. And you have no shame. How can you even look at yourself in the mirror? Tagging me, just stay strong. For me, before, and I just want to always show what they do to me. There was a bunch of little girls, little Chinese girls, whatever babies they were, and forcing me to get nasty stimulation. As I said, that they try to create these mental battles. It was this baby. Let me see. This bitch, these children, black little girls is the worst because they're like, oh, we're mapping it. Oh, there was, let me see. These little kids. Every time I look at these babies, manipulation. This like little girl in the corner all the way, even hearing their voices. Even, oh my gosh, this one little girl, this little girl, you barely can see here. But as she was running, they tried to do something with the dress. It's so nasty. And it goes on. And every time I'm like, yes, you like girl. No, it's not even that. You like kids. And what they try to do is flip it. Because, when somebody say, oh, I like kids in a sense like you the normal way. Well, I would like to have kids. I like kids, yeah. Or, I love kids. They just flipped it in the pedophilia ways. Matter of fact, now they even flip it to like girls. You like this nasty trash. And they use this childlike trash. They're supposed to gaslight you. Yeah, you like pretty girls. So it's nasty. These babies. And what they go to is like, no, but remember what you did when you were a child. It's like I'm a grown adult man who know myself very well. You are manipulating my brain to experience this, but you've done that to others. They even doing that to the girl of somebody I had a crush on from college and all. Falsify my memories in this fashion. And every time I see this little girl or even hear little kids, stimulations to try to break me down into accepting this. I've been validated that they manipulate and rewire the brain. But not only just rewire the brain, in pedophilia-centric ways. It is nasty. And you have clowns like that are supposed to make you acceptive. You know yourself. Can you imagine people like that just like thinking that like they can look at their phone and I'm going to be identified? Like, you know these people are not all the way there. And they bring up this like psyops that's today in this country. You know, like nowadays the liberal, like radical liberal have now had like this bad look, this negative. Woke has now become something that people use to insult people. Because they act like, no, we're just so good and we're just so like we're just radically protected, when in truth they're just gaslighting people into accepting a false reality. And this country, based on this election, have shown that this is so fragile and people don't even feminism nowadays is not even respected. Because it's been hijacked by people who are just frauds. Who can reconstruct the sense of logic, as I say that, to manipulate, they manipulate my brain, to just make themselves believe this falsified reality. Let me tell you, I'm a liberal person. Not even liberal, I'm progressive. I'm definitely more on the left of things. But I've seen, like, this is the side of people are repulsed by now. And for me, they use that to be like, no, because look what we're doing, we look like this, we're this radical, like leftish program, and it's a side. Like tomorrow, the side for me can be a bunch of redneck, country, conservative people, and it'll be the same thing. I know that. But they really thought I was gonna believe this thing. It's like, you see why this is going this way in the country? Because people like you are no longer respected. You're a bunch of frauds full of shit that gaslight people to create a fantasized reality that's obviously a fantasized reality. You're in a program that rewired the brain. You're in a program that tortured children and women. You know when they say, nah, they are, it's you when you're a kid. In pain, don't cry for it. I was like, what? Cry for it? You know what they do to women and children in this program? They torture women in the most disturbing. I won't be the first crying for it. This woman is crying for it too. And guess what happened to her as a child? Yeah, her father was doing things to her. These trash are nasty. And to then make me accepting of this, I will never identify with. Of course I know who I am. Yes, I understand too that what's happening to me today is because my brain is no longer mine. I am no longer in control of my brain. My brain is no longer mine. It's no longer authentically mine. And I understand why these people love this thing. Because they can control me and my brain. They're not gods when they're just nothings. They have so much control of what I'm going to experience. They feel special. Can you imagine the intoxicating feeling of knowing that you can control a human being this way? Of course, that's why they compromise. They love the fact they can do that. They've watched me die. They have no idea what's going to happen to them. They tell me all the time, like, I've watched you die. It's like, but you didn't see yourself die. What does it matter if you watch me die? It's like me saying, I watched you die. What do I get out of it? There's nothing. What does it do to my life? You got to watch yourself die. Or at least know. Trash ass. And then you hear this trash, yeah, there's something, and yeah, there's people who are supposed to make me acceptive of these pedophilia things. In my brain, renowned to do the pedophilia type of torture, using childish human trash to try to gaslight me, and failing miserably to make me acceptive of that. Now, what's going to happen to me? Oh, it's done. It's been done. It's over. It's been over. The second I was putting this program, I have accepted, okay, it's done. My brain is connected to this thing that they can make me experience whatever, however they want me to experience it. And with time, it just get worse. Oh, I'm being raised and replaced with this thought process and manipulations. And I have the clownness of the clown human beings feeling special because I'm helpless. I can do nothing about how they're going to make me experience this. And this trash can get lost in whatever they themselves make me experience. Target individuals stay strong. I'd rather die in hell than live like them. And they're really going to make me experience hell because I've been putting the reality in their faces, like you just see, of what they're part of. And then not let them leave the fantasized reality they put together to escape from reality. Because they enjoy what they can do to us, target individual. They enjoy this level of control of a human being. Can you imagine? It's like a video game where you're just in the game. They make you experience whatever they want you. Your faith is no longer yours. Everything is manipulated. Your fate is done. Your failures will not even be yours. Even your failures. But look at this low life. What do they like? They can't control none of that for themselves. And they love that. They love the fact that they can control a human being. I will never let them live their fantasy. Target individuals stay strong and see this trash for what they are.